intensify here as we've got the slam dunk competition ready to go. And there's Mr. Hawkins and Mr. Whittington.
Indeed, sir. We got some high flyers in here, as we've seen, already. We know we have some extreme athleticism here, so now we're about to see it on display in an individual sense.
And there was a conversation going on the Suburban team as to who's going to venture into the dunk competition to take on these high flyers, as you say.
I think I like Whittington, Greg. I think I like Whittington. I know you're leaning Hawkins, and we know that. We know Hawkins is a powerful high fly man himself. So this is the man who'll kick it off too. We'll see this. North Toledo right now. Woodward Polar Bears representing.
And those two are really pushing each other here. Hawkins and Whittington saying, "Show me something." Well, he's about to. Something tells me. Here we go. Ajur Whittington figuring out how many steps he's got to make, and tries to go over the head, behind the back slam, and almost made it. He would have had a lot of style points for that one. Tries it again, and that's what it looks like. Now break that down from your experience of making that shot. Give us the fundamentals.
Like I said, what you look for, and you notice how easy, again, it's an effortless flight for the young man. So when you talk about what he's really doing and his ability to change and make different maneuvers in the air is what impresses the crowd. And a lot of times, we don't have the advantage of a replay here, Greg, to really put a significant, or the crowd, I should say, we do. But again, in order to put the proper emphasis on the style points that are taking place. Now, this young man, too, has the ability to spring up. We'll see what kind of creativity we get.
He's going to get it on the bounce, and just couldn't quite finish with the one-hand slam.
I think it always gets tougher, though, too. If you come right out and miss, you start to think a little bit more.
There it is. You just have to – I think the first one he missed more or less because that shot wasn't calibrated quite right. Just like an alley-oop pass has got to be right in the wheelhouse. And that last one was here.
And the tough thing about the dunk contest in this day and age is it's so hard to come up with something, that hasn't been seen, of course. And now, obviously, we got that from the NBA a couple months ago during the All-Star break, and you hadn't seen some of that stuff. But again, a lot of these young men, it's still difficult to come up with some creativity sometimes.
All right, here we got the Whitmer duo. Sam Hickey's going to help Montrese Collins by laying it off the window.
Okay, I see. Okay, I see what's happening here. I like the idea. This could be serious.
Not quite. And trying to do it. He's back to the basket. Give him one more opportunity. Oh, he had some power on that one. Just couldn't quite get the elevation. Montrese Collins is going to play at Lake Superior State up in the Upper Peninsula. There you go.
Okay.
Just go for the roundhouse dunk for good measure.
It's legit, though. You got it down. See, it becomes tougher, though, for you, too, Greg. Every attempt you do miss, again, you start to lose some of that power in the legs, coming right back at it, with no break and no real serious rest in between.
Okay, now Hinton is helping out. And that one went, not quite in a clean dunk for Dylan Lehman of Bryan. That one went right according to plan. And you see some impressive dunks from the Suburban team, but not quite all the bells and whistles that you're seeing tacked onto it from the city players on the other end and track players.
Yeah, Whittington really, he sort of set a tough level again visually here.
So here we go with Chance Hawkins. He shot the lights out from three-point range, but his stock and trade is dunking. He said in his sheet he enjoys dunking over his opponents. Oh,
okay. That's some Julius Erving-esque right there. Okay, I like that.
Or he's heard of Connie Hawkins too.
Yeah, there
some
you
of
go.
That. He'd have to have.
Look at that.
Yeah, you're right. He did it like it wasn't even too difficult a task for him.
Now, this is a late bloomer. If you talk to Coach Fred and the staff over there on Collingwood, they'll tell you how Chance Hawkins is a late bloomer. He didn't start his basketball at a small age. And you see again how much upside this young man has. Like you said, Greg, we saw what he can do from the outside, and we know he's a legitimate ball player. This is not just his ability to slam dunk.
Yeah, that takes some ball handling skills too to do what he just did. Kodak.
And there it is. That's my guy right here. See, you know, efficient. I don't need a lot of bells and whistles.
Hey,
get the job done.
Just counts.
Indeed.
That's the way they did it in the early era of the dunk. Didn't have to embellish it too much.
A big fella.
We interviewed him after a game earlier this year, a very personable and big young man. He said heading into the Army. And Chance Hawkins is the winner, although certainly Whittington gave him a real run for his money.
Yeah, I'd like to see that battle, maybe a couple more.
Yeah, to pare it down to finals the way they did in the three-point contest. There's our champ, Chance Hawkins.